Hey, welcome to Graphic Pals Television GPTV. I'm Brett. It's June, and we're celebrating Yo Joe June. Hasbro hooked us up with a box of really cool releases. This is one of them, part of the retro line, little Cobra action within. First thing I want to say, I really like this box, like this display box, or whatever you want to call it. Really, really cool. Obviously, Hasbro has been trying to move away from plastic. This all cardboard box, I think, is really, really neat. Great way to package up what's inside. So now the question is, what's inside? Let's see here. We get two figures with this. There's the Cobra Officer and, of course, Cobra Soldier. And I'm wondering if there may be some stuff underneath here. I'm about to find out. I've been kind of intrigued by this the entire time. There is clearly tape, and we've seen some cool stuff in other things that have been released that kind of had a display underneath. So let's see if there is actually anything beneath. There might be something. Hold on. Yeah, there's something in here. Hold on. Okay, beyond that, it's a nice little box, kind of like a weapons box, whatever they call them in the Army. I don't know what they're called. All right, let's go. Let's actually first look into these and see what's in here. What cool extras have we gotten with these figures? All right. So, my history with the 3 3/4 figures. This is what I grew up with as far as G.I. Joe. I am a product of the 80s, being born in 79. G.I. Joe, for me, was one of the lines of toys I collected. I had a good chunk of them. Those, for me, Transformers, Legos, and G.I. Joe were the distant Star Wars. And then beyond that was, no, not even beyond. I would say distance with Star Wars. Mask was really close. I loved Mask. All right, so we get a whole bunch of extra weapons underneath. Of course, we get some stands. Let's look at the weapons. We got a cool mortar. Something interesting. Big giant machine gun. Submachine gun. I don't know what you want to call this. I'm going with submachine gun. I think it Uzi. I don't know what the proper term for that is. That's a rifle. We know that one. That's a pretty standard rifle. And then a bazooka. So these all feel pretty standard. This all feels like really standard G.I. Joe figures. Of course, we got these two, and you know what? We're gonna crack them open. I am one about playing with my toys. So the packaging's really cool. It's of course got the retro backing to it, down to the card on the back with the data about the figures. But let's do this type of test that I usually do with figures. So we stand up, does the stand test, no problem. What joints do we have? We got knee joint. There's nothing at the ankle. Hip has solid movement. Let's see. It's got the old ring to it, the rubber ring. Shoulders up and down, all around. Elbows got movement. Nothing at the wrist. And then the head movement. So, I mean, as far as movement that I remember, beyond the figures that... Oh, and the upper arm twists a little bit, too. So, I think the upper arm twist, I don't remember my old school G.I. Joe figures doing that. Obviously, some of the original G.I. Joe figures I had couldn't even bend at the elbow, from what I remember. They were just stiff arms. But, I mean, as a whole, I'll call it is that this is a very improved upon classic style. Definitely has the vibe of the old figures. Could easily get the weapons in. and get some solid posing. So, I mean, this is a pretty solid update on the figure. As far as, like, the design, again, like the actual figure itself with the various joints, it's an update on the classic design. Like, it really has a lot of the old school designs, a little bit of updates. There's, I think, more details on the arms than I remember. There's the kind of the silver shoulder. I don't remember. I remember it just not being silver. And I don't remember that little detail either. Mine, from what I remember, was very just basic. The eyes look really nice and kind of have the weird bead style of the old school figures. Let's go with some of the other weapons that came with the box to show out how easy it is to get in the hands. That one fits in really well and easily. Let's go with that. That fell out, but let's put that in maybe the other hand, see how this one does. Alright, that fit in pretty easy. And then I think we've got this machine gun. It fits in pretty well. Of course, you know, obviously the mortar, this big giant honking gun. And then the bazooka, I always put them in the wrong way. I think this is the right way. Pretty sure that's the right way. Or am I doing it backwards? I always felt like I was doing it backwards. Then again, that doesn't fit in, and then that would be out there. Like, I always thought it should be like this. Right? Should be on the shoulder, and then... whatever. I'm rambling. Alright, so the Cobra Trooper looks really good. Let's do the Commander. I mean, it's going to be the same, right? Let's do the officer. Why would we expect anything different for the officer? I think it would be exactly the same in pretty much every detail except the figure. Except the small details of the figure, I mean. Stands no problem. Let's go to the weapon. The movement and the bends is all going to be the same. Oops, machine gun, fit in the hand, no problem. Alright, so let's go figure out what the differences are between these figures. You know, obviously, some details on the two figures are a little bit different. The officer has a couple of patches on there, obviously a little bit more silver. We get the silver Cobra symbol as opposed to the red. The helmet is a little bit different. There's like a little symbol on the helmet. The back is different as well. I mean, there's enough to differentiate between the two that it's clear which is which. The legs are obviously very different as well. One's got padding, one has knee pads, one doesn't. The shoulders is a little bit different. Let's see what else. You know, this one's got the silver on the left shoulder. This one doesn't. Wow, even the wrists are a little bit different. There's like cuffs on the officer that's not on the regular soldier. And it looks like, and then underneath on the leg, yeah, that kind of goes with the padding. It's got lower leg or padding on the knees. That is not present on the officer either. So there, and then obviously black gloves versus blue. So there's a lot of difference between the two of them. Kind of cool to see. I like the variation. I like that it's just not the same figure with maybe like a different color or something like that. There is a decent amount of difference between the two. Even their face is a little bit different. The eyes and the eyebrows are a little bit different, which is kind of interesting. So overall, this is a cool figure, a cool 2-pack. You know, obviously people are big fans of building up their forces and doing big giant dioramas, which this will help towards. So cool stuff, cool beans. I like it. You can go get this now from Hasbro. We've got a link underneath this video where you can purchase your own. This is, I believe, a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. I, of course, want to thank Hasbro for hooking us up with these. I'm really excited about going through the rest of the box of goodies. You know, obviously, you go celebrate Yo-Jo June with Hasbro and your friends. Show off your G.I. Joe fandom. We'll be doing the same. If you want the latest G.I. Joe news, more focused towards the comics, you check us out at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, and TikTok, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, Yo-Jo, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.